y'all. Welcome back to the kitchen. It is the coldest day, I think, of the year, possibly, out there. Oh, I forgot my other egg. I need 2 eggs. 2 eggs? Yes, 2 eggs. So we need something warm for breakfast, and we're gonna make Grandma's best baked oatmeal. Sissy's making her some hot chocolate right now. This recipe is coming from Grandma's Best Christmas Recipes. Y'all wanna hear the story? I love the stories. When I married my husband 33 years ago, we settled in his hometown in South Central Pennsylvania. There were many foods in this town that I had never heard of, and baked oatmeal was one of them. A friend served it and I was hooked. Over the years, I changed some of the ingredients. Now it's an expected dish for family gatherings and Christmas morning. Y'all know we love baked oatmeal, but I've never made this recipe before. The first thing it says to do is melt the butter in the microwave. Now this recipe makes a 9 by 13. I don't need that much this morning because some of the kids have already had breakfast. So I'm just gonna do half of this recipe. We just need half a cup of butter melted. It says to melt it in the microwave in a large microwave safe bowl. Optional ingredients were chopped nuts, raisins, or cranberries, or chocolate chips or white chocolate chips. We're just gonna add some pecans. I would like to add cranberries, but I don't have any dried cranberries, so pecans it is. Butter is melted. We've got the oven preheating to 350. I'm gonna spray this casserole dish over here. It says add all the ingredients except for the oats. So we have a cup of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla, two eggs, half a cup of brown sugar, about a teaspoon of baking powder, and about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Okay, now we're going to fold in 3 cups of old-fashioned oats. I'm just gonna put a few in here. Okay, we pour it into the dish. Now I'm going to put 1 star anise on the top. It's going in the oven for about 40 to 45 minutes. And while that old-fashioned oatmeal bake is cooking, y'all are going to go back in time just a little bit and see some of our favorite old-fashioned Christmas recipes. We're going to make this 5-hour beef stew in the Jolly Holidays Gooseberry Patch cookbook. This one is really easy. We're just gonna put everything in a casserole dish, cover it with foil, put it in the oven for 5 hours at 275. I already got the oven preheating. We'll use the Christmas one. I got this 1 pack of stew meat from Ingles. They only had the 1 pack. I probably could have asked them if they had some more in the back, but they were busy, so I just grabbed some stir fry too, and we're just gonna chop this up into smaller pieces and put it in there with the stew meat. So we need to chop that, and I need to chop some celery, carrots, and an onion. So let me wash this celery real quick. I'm gonna spray the casserole dish real quick, and we'll go ahead and chop up this stir fry meat so we can start putting everything in. It doesn't matter that it's touching the celery, they're all going in here together in just a second anyway. For the carrots, I'm just gonna slice them in half. Now the onion. Now we're gonna put salt and pepper. Now we're putting this 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. I'm just gonna pour it all over the top. And I'm gonna mix 1 tablespoon of cornstarch with just a little bit of water, about a 1/4 cup of water, and pour it over. Now we're going to cover it, and it's going to bake for 5 hours. Time is up for the stew. We're going to stir it. Then I'm just going to cover it again and let it sit over here. It smells really good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Is it good? They're already tasting it. Okay, they're loving it over here.
It looks like it's going to be great. Probably the best I've ever had.
Really?
I'm not kidding you.
For the snowballs, we need 3/4 cup of softened butter. We have that here. And 1/2 cup of sugar. We're going to cream that together first. There's our butter. Now we need 1/2 cup of sugar. Okay, we'll cream that together. We will plug up our KitchenAid. Now, my mama used to make things that she called snowballs, but it wasn't this recipe. Her snowballs, if I remember right, were like peanut butter balls, but instead of coating them in chocolate, she coated them in coconut flakes and some with powdered sugar too, I think. Like some with powdered sugar, some with coconut flakes. I think that's what she called snowballs. These do get powdered sugar, but there's no peanut butter in these. 1 egg and 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We'll mix those in. Next, we're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. There's the flour. And we have the oven preheating to 350 for these. I can't remember if I told y'all that. Now we're going to add in some chopped pecans and a cup of chocolate chips. I'm going to use the little mini chocolate chips. We're just going to stir those in, and then we'll be ready to start forming the snowballs. You're going to put in 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs, okay?
One cup.
Yes. Okay, dump that one in there. You got it?
Got it.
Good job. One more. Sweetened coconut flakes up next. I spilled them all over the counter over here. Good job, Manny. Oh, it's not cheese. Yeah, that's not cheese, that's coconut.
Coconut?
Yeah. Do you like it? You don't like that? You want something to drink? Okay. Tell Cece you ate some coconut.
This is coconut, Cece?
Was it good?
No, it's good.
All right, Cece, 1/2 cup of peanut butter. That's about it right there. So we've got the graham cracker crumbs, peanut butter, coconut in there. Now we need powdered sugar. We need a teaspoon of vanilla. We're eyeballing that. And the last thing that we need for this part is the melted butter. And then we're gonna be rolling them into peanut butter balls. After that, they're just gonna go in the refrigerator while we get the chocolate melted. Then we just dip them in the chocolate and decorate. Yeah, dip them in the chocolate.
Then you know it's Christmas when the snow starts to fall. Then you know it's Christmas for the children above all. Then you know it's Christmas 'cause Santa's on his way. We stand under the mistletoe, and then it's Christmas Day. The joyful times we witness forever stays with us. Soon Rudolph hears his whistle gathers all his friends. When Santa and his missus wraps the final gift, you know it's time for Christmas for each and every one.
This is a vintage cake called a hot milk cake. I'm getting this 9x13 casserole dish ready. I've got the oven preheating to 350. All right, we got this ready. We'll just sit it over to the side, and I'm gonna grab a bowl. In here, we're gonna put 2 cups and 1/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour and some baking powder. We need 2 teaspoons and 1/4 teaspoon. We'll whisk this together and then just sit this to the side. Now we'll come over here to the KitchenAid. We're going to put in 4 eggs. And they need to be room temperature, so I'm going to grab some that we just got out of the coop yesterday and wash those off real quick. Eggs going in, and we're going to beat these for 5 minutes. Alright, 5 minutes is up on the eggs. I have a few more things to add to that, but I'm going to go ahead and start the milk mixture here. So I had 1 cup and 1/4 cup of milk in there. Now we're going to cut up 10 tablespoons of butter and put in here with the milk. I've got it on medium. We're just going to let this milk and butter cook until the butter is melted. I'm actually going to turn it down just a little bit lower than medium. We'll just cut the butter into some smaller pieces. Back over here with the eggs, we're going to put in 2 cups of sugar. Mix that in. See how the eggs got nice and frothy? That's what you want. Now we just let that mix in. And we're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. Alright, now we're going to add the flour mixture in just a little bit at a time. So I'll just let it keep mixing as I add it in. And our butter is almost completely melted back here, so it's almost ready. I'm going to pour the milk and butter mixture into my measuring cup here, so it'll be easy for me to pour it into the batter over here. Okay, we just got this on low, and I'm going to slowly add in the hot milk mixture. Now you can make different toppings for these hot milk cakes. You could add cocoa powder, make it a chocolate one. This is just the basic vintage hot milk cake. It's going in the oven.
That's really good.
Really fluffy, right? It's really good, y'all. What we like to do with baked oatmeal is pour a little bit of cream over the top. It's wonderful. And if it was snowing, you could sit by the window, eat this warm baked oatmeal, and watch the snow fall. We've got sunshine, no snow, just cold. We also have a turtle visiting this morning. I'm not sure if it's a ninja turtle. It is a ninja turtle. See y'all tomorrow.